14 Challenger here back at you. Doing another video. One, I've got my 50th subscriber, so that's kind of a little landmark for me. I'm a small channel. You know, I don't really care about making money. This is about helping other ballpark guys out. I kind of keep my car secretive. I keep the mods, basically making the car look stock. So when guys that don't know what they're looking at, the car looks stock to them, minus the cold air intake that I have in the car. So I did this mod throughout the course of the week. I have a full-time job. So I pulled the throttle body off. I sent that out to Maxbore. It's here in DeLand, Florida. They bore the throttle body out completely through. So instead of it being tapered in the stock butterfly valve, they pulled the throttle body apart. Excuse me, that's my dog. Pulled the butterfly out, completely disassembled the throttle body, and they bore it all the way through. They also, for some throttle bodies, will taper these. So they'll taper it, and mine, they're going to bore it out to 85 millimeter, and then they'll taper the portion in the front of the throttle body that the cold air intake attaches to. So I figured, you know, what the heck, while I'm in there, I've watched a few porting videos on how to port plastic intake manifolds. So I pulled my intake manifold off. I had all this stuff because I have a pretty decent amount of tools. Pulled the intake manifold apart, pulled all the seals off, cleaned it, and I ported it. So it's very easy to port. You pull it off, you can see the outline of where the head meets the actual intake itself. So you take blue painter's tape, put the blue painter's tape around on the where you see the outlines, and then they take a scribe on the corners and scribe the corner. And I will show you the exact tools that I use to do the manifold, and I'll show you the 85 millimeter opening in the front of the manifold that I used. So let's go out in the garage. But before going out in the garage, you'll see the one that was making all the noise in the background. That's my my work dog, my animal. He's basically my baby, and a Kong in his mouth. So that's what you heard slurping in the background. So, all right, we're out in the garage now. So here's some of the products and tools that I used. Obviously, there's more than just those cartridge rolls. So to open up the throttle body port, basic die grinder. You do need a compressor with this, a pretty decent sized compressor, otherwise it'll constantly run. This is a 3-inch flap wheel. It's 80 grit. So that's all I used. And then I went through with some 120 grit to smooth it out after I was done. And then used some of these files to get way back in the back of the intake manifold to smooth some of the transitions, because you want the smoothest airflow you can get possible. That's, you know, you're opening it up and you want the best velocity and best airflow you can get. So here's some basic tools that I've used to do the porting job. These are 120 grit cartridge rolls. You need a bunch of these because you'll go through them pretty quickly. You know, you can buy kits on Amazon. That's where I got mine from. And then I just had some of these other bits laying around. And the kit I used came with a screwdriver. So the Dremel I use is a 1-speed Dremel 100 with the Model 225 attachment. So you just basically hang the actual Dremel 100 from the ceiling or a wall in front of you, and you just slowly massage the ports. And, you know, take your time, watch what you're doing, you know, check your work every so often, and don't burn through the manifold. It happens, but just the main thing is to take your time. So I'm going to walk over to the car, and I'm going to show you the throttle body port, what it actually looks like after it's been opened up and what it should look like. So if you look inside there, you can see all the way in the back. So what I did was I knocked that transition down in the back where it swoops up into the actual runners, and made it all nice and smooth, all same size. So when I was done, I measured the outer opening of the throttle body port, and it was 85 just by eyeballing it. I did it without even measuring, and then I measured at the end, and it came out to 85 on all sides. So that's pretty lucky. But that's what it looks like. I already put the intake manifold on, so you can't see the ports, but I'll throw a couple pictures up on here and you guys can see what it looks like. So this is 14 Challenger. I'm out. Talk to you guys later. You know, after I showed you what it looked like, I'm going to take the car to the track hopefully next week if I get the throttle body back, God willing. Get some numbers. My best number the other day was 858 at 80, almost 82 miles an hour. So it was kind of slow, but the humidity was almost 90%, almost 2000 DA, and the track was like running on the streets. So it was horrible. And even with drag radials, I was slipping all over the place. Oh, but in the last video you saw, I had said it was a C6. I made a mistake. It was a C7. So that's my bad on that for you guys that are the vet guys. So we'll get some track times, and hopefully these mods paid off. And one of the next things I need to get is the AEM wideband O2. So we'll see how this works and how the car runs, and get that wideband and possibly do a little bit more tuning on the car. So see you later. 14 Challenger.